Let's take a look at the case management system within CSI Linux 2021.2. So first place we want to go to is the Start a Case icon. That's given on usually the left-hand side of default install. Double left click on that, and this new window will pop open. And so a couple of the quick features we wanted to go through. We have system management. So this will allow you to update CSI and specifically CSI tools too. General case management. You can manage APIs, move the case folder to a network drive if need be, or an external drive, instead of keeping it directly in the user's home folder. You can edit agency information, which at this point is just a text file, but this gets loaded into the background. It's where the variable value pairs are. So this is mainly for reporting things in that area. So under Tor, we do have the ability to do CSI Tor VPN through this route, Wannix through this route, but it does need to be running the Wannix gateway in the background. And again, it only works for the virtual machine. It will not work for the bootable system. You have to be going through Tor VPN. And you can also set up the Tor browser if you want to. I know some people like that feature. Some people just stick with the Tor VPN, possibly the Wannix. So to cryptocurrencies, we have the Armory offline wallet. The reason this is offline wallets for security purposes. We also have the Exodus wallet. This will allow you a lot more cryptocurrencies. And then there's the cryptocurrency ledger search. So this, we're going to start a case. So I'm going to clear this out. So it's going to be fresh. So it's going to be a little bit easier for us to see. So there's nothing in this window. Once you start a case, it's going to ask you if you want to start a new case or open an existing one. Since we don't have any cases in this work, we're going to do start a new case. So in this instance, putting in my name. This is going to be just do an OSINT type of case. Client name. We can do CSI Linux. And enter the case name. This case name is going to be associated to all of the evidence. So this is whatever naming convention your organization or agency or you prefer. So hit OK. And it just built an archive folder. This is going to be archived for all the cases. If you're going to be using this as a multi-case environment, another method of using CSI is one case at a time. So it all depends on, again, how you want to set it up. So I'm going to go into case 001, and it pre-propagates the evidence folder. So most of the tools are going to be dumping directly into export. So there's nothing in here because we haven't run any tools yet. And then some of the other ones, you're looking at social media. So a lot of like the TikTok scraper, things in that area, those tools usually dump into social media. With that, we'll go ahead and just go through the basics here. You have another area with API management. You have the social media investigations, domain and web OSINT, dark web investigations. There's a new feature for geolocation for IP address, SSID, and BSSID for wireless. We have the ability to essentially make logical copies of a mobile device. It's limited at this point. We are working on trying to make it a little bit more robust, but it's making an iTunes backup. We have mount forensic image or virtual machine image disk. So you point it to, let's say, a DD copy, VMDK file, VDI file, even an ISO file, and it mounts it as a drive that you just can go into. And edit report generator variables. This is tying directly into what we were looking at before. Agency information. So now we have generate reports template for case. So as soon as you click that and hit OK, it in the background is generate contents in this folder and then creates this report. And these are the variables that were coming in from starting the case and the agency information. So you can change those variable value pairs. You can also change the template The template is pulled from the Documents folder under Templates for CSI template.odt. And this file can be saved as an ODX file or docx file. We're using LibreOffice, and it's very similar to Microsoft Office. So whatever format you want to save it in, perfectly fine, even if it's just a PDF. So now I'm going to close or exit out of here. And this is closing the case. So once you close the case, we now have an audit log. We also have an MD5 hash list of all the files that are in this case folder. So I'll go and keep this because we're going to look at it and compare it here in just a minute. Now instead of creating a new case, we're going to start a case and open up a case we were just in. So start a case, open existing case, choose the folder of the case that we just created, hit OK. Now just some of the basics, going back to social media, if you hit OK. But we have username search, just a hashtag search on a few common websites for videos or names. We have geolocation, which ties back to that other item. Cryptocurrency wallet search, which is the ledger search. We have GitHub user info and Git leaks. We have Instagram user info, TikTok, Twitter content. You can take screenshots of a page. And then, of course, pop up some of the other tools. Third-party Spiderfoot, great tool. And Maltego for link analysis. In domain, we have a few tools that this specific one kicks off at the same time, but it gathers subdomain information and other IP address content. You could nmap the domain for a little bit more information. Get links that are on a specific page, and this is going to be saved to the export folder. Run meta-goofill to try to pull data, pull files from a website. Mirror website. So httrack is more just automated, or you can just do the web version. And of course the web page screenshot. And then for dark web investigations, we have onion search, or this onion search is actually a pretty good tool. It's an open source tool, and it can work while you're still in the surface web because it's going through the Tor that's installed already on the system. But you would need to turn on either Tor VPN or the CSI gateway to be able to get access to websites once it does find them, or just go through Tor browser. Again, Exodus, Armory, offline wallets, ledger search, and onion share. When you click on onion share, what it is doing is actually getting all the content that you store in this folder and then creates links for it. So for example here, I'm copying readme.txt. Now as soon as I click on onion share, it's verifying the connection to the Tor network, but now it's going to be sharing this readme.txt. So this is a way that you would be able to share files over the dark web to either suspects or informants. But it has to be in that folder first before you turn on onion share. So I'm going to close this window. You go exit out again. And once you exit out, it's shutting everything down. It's going to make another MD5 hash. So going back up a folder. So every time you add content to it, these files get hashed. Every time you exit out of the application, it saves a copy into the archive folder. And then again, it makes a hash of all the content along with the actual zip file. So this is how, basically, extra steps for helping preserve evidence. But in a nutshell, that's just the basics of starting a case in the case management system.